Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to share about talent is not enough, and when did it become that? Being talented is not enough, by audiobooks.
If you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get more new videos.
We often give too much importance to talent or ability, and we often get it wrong. French poet and playwright Édouard Fillon once said, "As long as you succeed, some idiot will tell you that you are great." When we achieve great things, others often say that our success is due to our talent or ability alone. But this is a misconception and a misunderstanding of how to measure success. If talent alone is enough, why do so many highly talented people fail? Many American business leaders focus solely on talent. Some think that talent can solve everything. Malcolm Gladwell, author of The Tipping Point and Blink, says that there are many companies and consultants who prioritize talent over other factors. This talent-centric philosophy is a new mindset in American management that most people recognize, says Gladwell. Some companies try to hire people with multiple MBA degrees from prestigious schools, promote them to higher positions, offer them high salaries, and never properly evaluate their performance according to any criteria. Gladwell gives a well-known example of Enron, a company that is known for its focus on excellence, as in the case of Linda Commons, who started working for Enron in the weather derivatives division. Linda rose from salesperson to assistant to manager to board member to CEO in her area of responsibility in just 7 years. Gladwell asks, how do you evaluate the performance of others when no one has been in the same position long enough to evaluate them? Gladwell gives a well-known example of Enron, which is known for its excellence. Excellence alone is not enough. Peter Erickson, the father of modern management, said, "The effectiveness of an individual seems to have little to do with his intelligence, his vision, or his knowledge. It is true that intelligence, vision, and knowledge are the most important qualities, but it is the effectiveness of a person that will transform them into success. Those three qualities are only temporary. If excellence alone were enough, then the most effective and influential person would be temporary. The most effective person would always be the most capable, right? But that is often not the case. Consider the following. Among the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, more than 50% had a C or C- average in college. 65% of all members of the United States Senate have results in the bottom quartile of their class rankings. The President of the United States is up to 75% in the lower middle ranking group. More than 50% of college-level businessmen did not finish college. We clearly see that being talented is not the most important thing in life. The Principles of High Jump. This book is not against excellence. I believe in the importance of excellence. How could I not believe it if every successful leader understood its importance? Lou Holmes, the famous American college baseball coach, once told me, "John, I have coached teams that are not only great, but also great. I am a better coach when I have great players." Whether it is a sports team, a business team, or a management team, the more talented and capable the team is, the greater the chances of success and the better the performance of the team. Most leaders will understand the concept of ownership, shared responsibility, division of labor, and delegation. Often, leaders who take on large tasks break down the tasks into smaller tasks and then work together to complete them. Amazing successes have been achieved by doing this, such as building the pyramids or the Great Wall of China. However, some tasks cannot be improved by adding more people. Brooks' law states that adding more people to a slow software process will make it slower than it was before. Adding more people doesn't always mean better results. Some tasks are best done by one person. The importance of talent is best illustrated by a simple and obvious example from a sporting event, such as the high jump. Winning a high jump requires one person to jump 7 feet, not 7 people to jump 1 foot. However, this example illustrates the point clearly. How often do we believe that a task will be more successful by increasing the number of people? This is not always the right way to solve a problem. In fact, there are many tasks that rely on talent more than on numbers, such as the high jump, which relies on the supernormal abilities of a single person, not on the combined abilities of many normal people. Try to think about talent or ability. As I said before, I do not mean to belittle talent. Talent is a gift from God, and we should celebrate it. Therefore, when we meet smart people, number one, we should admire their talent. When I read Jack Welch's book on leadership, I was amazed by his deep knowledge, combined with his rational thinking and decision-making. It is no wonder that he saved GE, General Electric, and brought it to the forefront of the U.S. Jack Welch was truly born to be a leader. Whenever I have the chance, I go to see Sarah Brightman in concert. I feel that her voice is different from other artists. I often close my eyes, listen to her singing, and admire the talent of this great singer. It is said that Sarah Brightman was born to be a singer. When Michael Vick came to Atlanta, the American football industry reached a new level. His performance created a lot of excitement for the audience. Michael Vick and his extraordinary talent helped the team and helped raise the expectations of the Falcons fans. It is said that he was born to be a true player. Excellence makes us do more than usual. We should recognize the excellence of others and admire their success. 2. We should recognize their contributions to society. When studying great people, we should look at the benefits they have built. What would America be like today if it had not had great leaders to shape this country? I read the book Booknotes, Life Stories, Notable Biographers on the People Who Shaped America by Brian Lem. He is the CEO and founder of C-SPAN TV and the host of the station's Booknotes TV show. This book made me think of the abilities of the founding fathers of the United States. Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and a key figure in writing the Declaration of Independence. He was a man of great general knowledge. Namely, he invented the first new series of plows and was president of the American Philosophical Society. He sent Lewis, a naturalist, with a crow as a researcher to conduct the nation's first scientific research. He redesigned Washington, D.C. so that the president could respectfully view the Congress from the White House. He also donated 6,500 books from his personal library to form the foundation for the Library of Congress. Thomas Paine wrote the first best-selling book, Common Sense. It sold 500,000 copies in a country of only 3 million people. James Madison, the fourth president of the United States, was a key figure in the drafting of the United States Constitution. Of the 55 key figures who contributed to the drafting of this most important constitution, he was the most influential. He was also a better thinker than Jefferson. Henry Thayer, a charismatic scholar, statesman, and lawyer, advised Abraham Lincoln and even prevented the Southern states from seceding in 1850. Many historians believe that the delay of a decade gave the northern states enough time to build up their industrial base, which helped the United States survive. Change, wherever it may be, is brought about by talented individuals who have maximized their talents. 3. We should separate talent from character. Fred Sweet, author and former president of Fred Sweet Associates, shared a few thoughts with me several years ago. He said, "Talent is often more powerful than personality." What Fred Sweet meant was that some people's talents often outweigh their other important qualities, such as personality and determination, preventing them from developing their other qualities to the same extent as their talent. Most great people either underperform or want others to recognize their talents while also wanting others to overlook their shortcomings. Have you ever known someone who should have been successful but didn't get there? In reality, they had all the necessary skills but still didn't succeed. Ralph Waldo Emerson, a famous psychologist, probably knows this type of person well, because he once said, "Ability is the beauty of life to show off to others." Great people always feel happy and make themselves grow even more. So is having a talent enough? Yes, but it only works for the first time. Charles Wilson, a novelist, said no matter how big the bottle, the foam always floats to the top. That is, however, talent will stand out and make others notice you. At first, talent makes you different from everyone else, makes you superior to others. Therefore, we can say that talent is a great talent in life, but this superiority will not last long. Irving Berlin, a composer, understood this truth very well. It is said that the most difficult thing about success is that you have to build success continuously. Having a talent is only the starting point. You have to try to develop it continuously. Many talented people are at a higher level than others, but they lose that advantage because they stop there, while they should continue to develop. This type of person thinks to themselves that being talented alone will make them stand in front of others, but they do not know the other truth that if they only use their original abilities, it will not be long before others will compete and compete. In fact, talent is considered more common than people used to think. Sven King, the author of a million-selling book, said, "Talent is more valuable or cheaper than salt in soup." Those who succeed are always different from those who have only talent. They work hard and strive hard. Therefore, it is clear that those who want to achieve success must be more than just talent or high talent. Do you have strengths for success? So what are the things that make you successful? Do I have a chance to be like that? Can anyone be successful? And what role does excellence play in things? I personally believe that 1. Everyone has strengths. Although we are not all equally talented, we all have our own unique talents. Although some of us seem to have many special talents, most of us have few, we all have something that we do well. Marcus Buckingham and Kunal Tifton state in their book, Now Discover Your Strengths, that each of us can do something better than 10,000 others. The two defend this argument with a convincing research study. The authors call this the strength zone, and then encourage everyone to find your strengths and use them to their best advantage. So whether you know your strengths or not, how you feel about yourself, or have previously achieved success, you always have talent within you and can develop that talent. 2. Develop your strengths, not your weaknesses, but your strengths that you don't have. If I ask you who is more successful, someone who only relies on their abilities and someone who knows their abilities and develops them better, the answer is yes. So let me ask you, why do most people spend so much time focusing on improving their weaknesses? In my sermons, one thing I teach everyone is to stop improving your weaknesses and start developing your strengths. Stop improving here refers to abilities that are not skills, not to stop improving your mindset and personality, because these things need to be improved regularly. In the past, I have often observed that people only increase their abilities in one thing by 2 points, from a scale of 1 to 10. For example, if you have a special ability in one thing is worth 4 points, when you make sure that you can increase your abilities in this thing by 6 points. Simply put, you move from a level slightly lower on the scale to a level slightly higher on the scale. But if you find yourself doing something with a 7, it means you have a chance of getting a 1 or even a 10 if that's your strongest point, combined with a lot of hard work, helping you to improve from the 1 in 10,000 people who do that. That's only possible if you do what you need to do to get to the top. 3. Anyone can decide to develop their talents to a higher level. Before that, there was an unanswered question. What is it? It is what Peter Enrico says is essential to change talents into new and effective ones. The answer lies in your own decisions. In addition to your talents, decisions on important matters will make you different from others who have only one talent. William J. Brennan, a speaker, lawyer, and political leader, said, "Destiny is not about the opportunity, it is about the decision to start acting. Destiny is not about waiting, but about starting to act successfully." Besides your talent, the decisions you make about what matters will set you apart from others who have only one talent. I found 13 decisions about what matters that will elevate your talent to the highest level. 1. Confidence helps promote your talent. 2. Passion helps drive your talent. 3. Getting started helps your talent work. 4. Having a specific goal helps direct your talent. 5. Preparation helps your talent stay in the right place. 6. Training helps your talent sharpen. 7. Perseverance helps keep your talent alive. 8. Courage helps test your talent. 9. Seeking to learn helps your talent expand. 10. Good character helps protect your talent. 11. Relationships influence your talent. 12. Responsibility helps your talent grow stronger. 13. Working hard helps double your talent. Decide to follow these methods and try them out, and you will become a person who has more than just talent. If you have only talent, you will be lonely, but if you have more than talent, you will become a prominent person. You can do it. I believe the ideas in this book can help you. This book was inspired by an incident that happened to me last year when Jim Tressel, the head football coach, asked me to give a speech to the Ohio State football team during the weekend they were preparing to play Michigan. For me, that speech was more than just a speech. It was a dream come true because I grew up in Ohio and have been a fan of the team ever since. Coach Tressel had already read my book, Today Matters. Because most of his players were young, and because the coach wanted to teach the team to focus on the 2004 season, the entire team spent the year studying the book. Coach Tressel wanted me to give a speech to the team on the last and most important game of the regular season, which was an unforgettable experience. On Friday, I preached to Ohio State, and on Saturday, I went to the field with them and went into their locker room. There was a clock counting down the time until the game against Michigan. It said, "Today matters," which means make the most of today. What could be better? Yes, Coach Tressel turned to me while we were in the locker room and said, "John, in a moment, you and I are going to take the team out to the field." We ran onto the field in front of hundreds of thousands of cheering fans. I will never forget that moment. And what could be better? Yes, I was there with the team until the end of the game, and the best part was that Ohio State won. How does this relate to the book? Before I went to give my commentary, Coach Tressel sent me some information about the Ohio football team to give me some data to use in my commentary. There is a chapter called Lessons of Winning that includes an article called Things That Don't Have to Be Great, which focuses on the personal qualities that are important for playing football for Ohio, such as respect for time, hard work, patience, and selflessness. None of these things have to be great. Coach Tressel told me that he and his team are trying to teach great players that being great is not enough. I really liked this article and thought that if I wrote a book about it, it might help a lot of people. You know, people who don't make the right decisions to unleash their greatness, to develop their abilities to the highest level, they always do things below the expectations of others. Even if their talent makes them successful, their poor decisions keep them from achieving their goals. Even their friends, family, coaches, and bosses see their talent and wonder why they don't do well. Of course, their talent gives them opportunities, but their poor decisions hinder their opportunities. Even if they are talented, you have to work hard and make sacrifices to achieve success. On the contrary, people who are beyond brilliant will try their best to reach their highest potential. They always do better than others expect. People who see their talent and skills will wonder why they do things better than others expect. Their abilities give them opportunities, and their decisions open up opportunities for them to grow even more. Life is about decisions, and your every decision has an impact on your entire development, whether it is about your career, who to marry, where to go, how high to study, what to do today. But the most important decision you will ever make is whether you want to be a person in the future. Life is different from playing cards. What kind of person do you want to be in the future? You have to play for luck. Life is not about what we have, it is about what we are born with. Talent is something that the gods give us. Life, if you want to do something well, is determined by your decisions. Fitness plus good decisions equals people who are stronger than their talents. People who are stronger than their talents are those who have developed their fitness to the highest level, achieved the highest level of success within their current potential, and controlled their future. I once read a book called Oh, the Place You'll Go by Dr. Sully to my grandchildren. In this book, I found a surprising truth. When you have a brain, when you have two legs, you will take steps to lead yourself in any direction you want. I believe this truth with all my heart, and I sincerely hope that this book will guide you in the right direction and make the right decisions that will help you become a stronger person than you can be and create stories using your own abilities as the basis until you have a life that is successful and fulfilling to its fullest potential. Thank you for watching. See you next time.